5 minutes in. 5 minutes in. Let's see whatever is remaining here. It's also a good test for me if my. Alright, I also gotta take this off. Trying to count. I think consultant did 8. Maybe he hasn't. He's done 7. Let's see if it's at all that interesting. Don't scare me like that, Slay. Oh my god. Please. Please, Slay, don't scare me. You actually scared me. I have. Alright, I can't fucking. Alright, whatever. I'll just leave it at whatever. So, what are we looking at here? I'll just post this. Okay, that's whatever amount of. Okay. I've been recording this for maybe 40 minutes, but now I'm doing the rest of it. So. Yeah, consultant now has 9 rooms. I don't know what his last room is. Dotzo has just 1 more, maybe Death Mountain Skull. It's kind of unfortunate that 2 of these closest matches in the first round are kind of going on simultaneously. But this one so far has been pretty good. Row 2 seems decent, I think. Not keeping track of what bottled contents consultant has, but could be okay. Alright, let's, I guess, add myself as potential commentators. Boom. If you are free slaying and want to chat or whatever, you can... Actually, I'm not sure. I do want to set up... I have to set up Discord audio as well at some point. But, yeah, consultant still has to do Meg and Fire. It looked rough for Dotzo, I would say. Just at the moment. I'll get close to an hour. I think that is Dotzo's last Death Mountain Skull. I don't think Dotzo set up Black's BA. I think he went adult with Ocarina and C-Right. I'm not sure if he was thinking of doing Hammer BA. I guess he also has this tunic. Consultant's contents, maybe he's gonna do Ganon's for the last one. That mega flip is always tough. Always a tough one. Damn. Shouldn't have opened anything else. Okay. Should be chill like this. I think Dotzo skipped hover boots. Dotzo did a pretty early Ganon's to get gold gauntlets and bronze gauntlets. Side flip hovers the whole way. So that was pretty cool. Okay, Consultant getting bow. Dotzo doing a rando special, buying the tunic. Yo. Uh-oh. he bought arrows, okay. I get it now. That's a 300 purchase right there, so that's pretty cool. Gonna need that for elemental arrows to get the fire arrow. I agree though that row 2 is pretty reasonable. It does have some stuff here and there. Just Meg, he's probably halfway through Meg, probably 5-6 minutes left of this per consultant on Meg, and then let me also maybe lower this audio a bit on the game. Make myself even louder. Damn, this guy. Yeah, from here, Dotzo just has to do the arrows. He's in Hylia, but I don't think has ice arrows yet. A lot of bombs. A lot of bombs. PBJ just finished in the Cymarth PBJ race. So Consultant did jungle jump, and he's going up here, I guess, to go over to Amy. He does have hover boots, but I guess he wants to do the sledge clip. Sledge clip's been making a comeback recently. Notoriously in December 2023's Jingle Jump. I wonder if you could side hop into that Floor Master if he still gets you. But let's see, otherwise, let me update that. Consult also has a fairy. Alright, I gotta go. Now Dotzo also with the fog glitch in Gerudo Valley. Alright, Dotso setting up RBA for Broken Goron Sword, which he has to still trade in. Dotzo has this. Damn, this ledge clip giving a little bit of trouble to Consultant here. Alright, I gotta keep this window open to make sure that these other windows don't lag. Damn, this ledge clip is tricky. He wants to turn around and then fall a little bit. Yeah, I think that's it. Looks good. Making his way over to Amy. Dotzo in. Going through Fortress, I guess, to get into GTG. Also, no hover boots makes this a little trickier. Ledge clip everywhere. Ice arrows, nicely done. I wonder if Dotzo is thinking that he'll have Lax BA set up. Because if it's not Lax BA, it is pretty close. I would say Consultant still has to do Fire Temple. But I would bet that Dotzo has. Yeah, you can't. Uh-oh. There goes your Ocarina, dude. Goodbye, Ocarina. Dang. I think Consultant has a bit of an edge here. Still has to do Ganon's trip and fire, but it also has Lax plus fire arrows. Which makes it tough. There's worse things you could have RBA'd over. Immediately getting rid of your ice arrows comes to mind as something that is not very desirable. Consultant probably is a bit worried. I don't know if he's watching Dotso. So that's another goal in the bag. So even though Consultant only has 2 goals, he's pretty much done with the rupee rooms and the contents. And he mostly just has to do the 8 keys in Fire Temple, which at this point is about 7 minutes or so. Probably lasts about the same amount of time it takes to get Hammer. So, heading over to Ganon, not Ganon's Fire Temple. Dotso setting up the hookshot jump. Yo, Game Boy. Imagine there could have been 3 races going on right now. You and I also started. How has the OTV restream been? I've been watching it a little bit, but I haven't figured out audio quite yet on this. I have to use desktop audio, so don't want to pollute this with too much noise. Dotzo got the collection delay up there on the tree. Yeah, looks like Cymarth has not too much left in that other race. Almost day for Dotzo. Not too bad on the time of day management. If it was just lax, it would be omega scary, but I think there's still a pretty sizable lead for... You know, it would be crazy. Slang. Or anyone. I don't think it works this way, but... You know... Dotzo had Ocarina on C right as he went adult, but now there's a bottle over that slot. I don't think you can use that to lax BA. I think it still is Ocarina as child. Also thinking about something. Did anyone see what happened? I think he got the fire arrows, and he's maybe looking up a video of the setup for the tree. If he's worried about his chew count, he could RBA. But I think he's trying to do the collection delay setup here. The scary thing to look up. A lot of people have looked it up recently. Consultant making his way through Fire Temple. It's looking like a pretty long gap here. Potentially something off line happening too, but I think Consultant has done Bottom of the Well, 3 in Shadow, 2 in GTG, and I guess 3 in Spirit Temple. That part has been pretty big time sink. Not time sink, but the goal is, you know, long. So the only other ones would maybe have been Ice, but I think it makes sense to go to Ganon's for quick spirit trial and then get all your bottled contents. Okay. Dotzo getting collection delay again, I guess. This one, at this point, the Ganon's is the best. Okay, got the collection delay again. Nice. Yeah, the Nelly videos, very good. Okay, there's fire arrows. I wonder if Dotzo probably would do fire at this point, yeah. Consultant is more than halfway through the keys at this point. Once you're up here in this maze room, you just gotta collect the 3 in this room. go over to the one under hammer. That's it. It's a fairly short goal. 8 fire keys is probably the shortest that makes you go up here. That's fine. Could fall there. Doesn't need to stay up there. Alright, maybe if Consultant gets hit by enough boulders here, there's a chance. Alright, the Dorinia cutscene skip not working out, but that's gonna add a bit to the time. I didn't see, I assumed dotzo was going for the time stop. I wasn't watching super carefully. Air Temple Gaming. Alright, Consultant just has one more key and a couple more contents to go. Go inside here, and then it's a weird shot to get this key. Consultant was complaining a little bit about weird shots. I too have been disliking weird shots recently, but that's the last one. Just got choose everything set up, so it's nice. Just Ganon's castle now. Alright. Just gotta do the hover into cannons. Dotzo's still probably halfway to go into fire, and still has to beat Bulbaggio too. Contortion hover into Ganon's castle. Little scary too, but no reason to take it nice and easy. Yo Zero, pretty much towards the end of this race as well. Just a couple more hovers for Consultant. Then he should be finishing up his contents and Rupee Room. Probably Spirit Trial, then Blue Fire, Green and Red Potion. You can just load up all of your stuff. This is a little tutorial, and if you're doing 7 bottled contents, what you want to do. Alright, so he's probably going to do some rearranging of bottled contents here. Again, it's tower. Alright, I'm not sure which one. Need to get this Rupee Room. Well, Dotzo does have hammer. If somehow Consultant has trouble with this for a lot longer. But I think he should be fine. Alright, that's more contents. He still needs a fairy. He has this now. He's got to put blue fire and got to put a green potion. It's confusing because you got to put green potion, red potion, and oh. Alright, that's avoiding there. Monkas. Okay. Gotta catch a fairy. Yeah, just cover all your stuff. And you just gotta catch blue fire. He has to put it in that bottle right there. Should be it. For Consultant. I could go in, maybe call it 4.
Shit.
Hello?
Let me do something real quick. Sorry. Uh,
Voice activity should be fine. I don't know why it's not. Okay. Hello?
okay, how's it going?
Good. GG's. How do you feel about that?
It was overall played pretty well. I just like the ledge clip in forest. Just like I just couldn't do it for some reason. But everything else was like mostly fine besides some like small mistakes.
Yeah, I was watching the ledge clip. Do you usually do that, or it's just something you felt like doing?
I did usually. I mean, I just haven't played bingo in a while. So I tried doing the damage boost yesterday and like was stuck on it for 10 minutes, and so I just did the ledge clip instead, and
Yeah,
only was stuck on it for 5 minutes. So
that's a win still,
I guess that's a win.
and a
Yeah.
win in the match too. You picked, I would say, a much harder row for Dotso than he gave you. Your row seemed all right, I guess. Maybe Meg is always long and fire keys, but yeah, the row you picked is just like really gross.
Yeah, I think just I mean this my row the row that he picked for me is like bad, but it like it's I don't know. His Death Mountain Skulls is just like really hard, uh, and it just like doesn't pair well with Trade Quest at all because you already spend so much time as child, right?
Yeah, yeah, and that was tough. It's a really tough goal, and I think he had a little bit of trouble. I think he tried to do the lunge storage up Death Mountain Trail, and but
Oh my
it went
god.
all right. I think he also did early gold gauntlets. He skipped hover boots, so he's been doing all sorts of wacky hovers and Ganons and elsewhere.
Oh god.
But yeah, it didn't lax BA though. I think if he's about to fight, well, he just died to Volve, but it was looking kind of close if he had hammer BA went straight to fire. Um, I don't know. There's a lot to keep in mind in that row.
Oh yeah, you could have hammer BA'd, and then yeah, you could have BA.
Yeah, you can RBA the
You don't
BK.
even have to
It's
do
pretty
the hook
nice.
shot jump. You can just RBA fire arrows.
Yeah.
It has some weird like synergy, but it's just like very hard, I guess. And theoretically, you would do 1080, and like optimally, you would probably do 1080 and keep Cucko like equip swapped, which is just like insanity.
Yeah. Yeah, I was real. I haven't. I don't know if I've done too many of the bronze gauntlets, Rose. But if I had to hover in, I do contortion hovers, and I would have to like alternate between bomb choose and hook shot for your one remaining C button. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that
that
is.
is actually awful.
Yeah, you'd have to learn. I don't know. I also did like the angled backflip type thing.
Oh, I don't know those. Yeah, they're not too hard, I bet. But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. I was like, I thought my row was worse for a second, like in the beginning, but now thinking about it, now his row is probably worse.
Yeah, it's I don't know, how was your child? I started watching maybe and recording maybe 20 minutes in.
Uh, it was like a slow corpse push, but it like was first try, so it was fine. I don't know. Yeah, pretty much. Like it wasn't like an Arthur Houdini level like GSR corpse push. It was like with 10 pauses or something, but it was fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there was some weird shit that was going on with um with like enemies and just like awkward movement at times. But yeah, nothing like no huge mistakes other than like the ledge clip. Really, that probably cost me like 5 minutes, and this, but you know, this would have been like barely sub 120, probably if not for that.
Yeah, yeah. I welcome raiders. I self-served myself and raided this own channel before we watched dotzo watch lax and then move on to another OT stream. But just talking to a consultant who won this match, which by the way means that you qualify for the bracket because you only need one win. So
Sick. So I can just like fucking be. I can just what's the word I'm looking for? Just
you
like
can throw as
throw
you always do.
as I always do.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no. I mean, I told Gargoyle that like I'm changing up my play style to be a lot more conservative because that's what a lot of people do, right?
was there anything this race that you did that was more conservative or that you don't normally do?
So I got egg, right? Which you might think is dumb,
I did see that,
but
yeah.
I got egg so that I had another place to put fish and bugs. And so I could use the ice arrow bottle slot to equip swap fairy. So even if I died like a billion times in fire, like I would still be able to equip swap fairy.
Yeah, that's pretty smart, and having the egg for a bottle slot is not bad too. Um,
Yeah.
that is tough at the end there. I don't think I know that it's good to go to cannons at the end, but actually figuring it out, things that have to go in real bottles, what remaining slots you have, etc.
Red potion, green potion. Yeah, Juke had. Yeah, I would always go to Ice Cavern before Juke came out with his video, and this was like maybe a year or two ago at this point, maybe 2 years, 3 years. Like basically when the goal came out, I think. And yeah, from that point on, I always went to Ganon's, but I never remember which is red and which is green. So luckily I saved because I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, so which one's red? That's on the left. Second one?
Red is on the right.
Red is on the right. Because I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did reset. I was getting a little scary. Red is on the right. Okay. Like the
Yeah,
ends.
because like, what would I actually do if I didn't save there?
You just have
Like,
to.
where do you? I guess you get like silver rupees and fire trial or something.
Yeah, that's true. If you didn't have enough
Like,
rupees,
where can you get rupees in Ganon's castle? Like, basically silver rupees.
that's true. It's pretty
So
tough. Yeah, that's stressful at the end too. I know you probably weren't watching Tatsu thinking he was maybe going to be done. It's one of the most stressful positions to be in, entering Ganon's 117, 118.
yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to like watch my opponents just because like I remember I had this like bingo where I watched Gargoyle like 2 years ago, not the last tournament, but the tournament before that. And I didn't have fun because I
Hmm.
just was behind the entire time because he just like he routed his rupees better for silver scale.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't want to I don't want to do that again. So,
Same thing happened, I guess, when you were facing me last year with the same 20 slots row.
mm,
That could be painful. But again, yeah, you're gonna be in the bracket. Your time will matter though. This time and the time you get next week will determine your seed in the bracket. So don't throw too hard.
yeah, this wasn't like that great of a time, but I guess for an anti bingo, it's like not that bad. I don't know.
Definitely one of the closer, in my mind, matches of the first round though. So um,
Mm,
stressful and an upset from a seed perspective too. So
yeah, well, I mean,
were there any other? I didn't really look at the board too much, but were there other rows you're
it's because
considering?
Dotzo hasn't played as many bingos as me, and Dotzo hasn't like thrown like half of his bingos.
Let's see if I can find the board.
Is this the one? Yeah, those were the standout rows to me, I guess. I thought he was gonna pick me row 5 actually, and I was like kind of I don't know row 5. Like I'm pretty comfortable with like 8 Death Mountain skulls, even though I haven't done it in a while. Like I think I went out of my way to like pick that goal uh, a while back,
Hmm.
so it wouldn't have been too bad. But uh, yeah, that like contortion, I wouldn't have done 1080 because I'm not comfortable enough doing it. So I would have, and I only know contortion hovers, so I would have had to. I probably would have like realized like too late that I could only like um, that I needed to switch between hookshot and choose.
Yeah, I didn't realize
So
that until this moment too, but
how many times is that going to come up though?
a lot
Like
probably at this point.
maybe, yeah.
All right, Dotzo has finished, so GG's 35. Yeah, definitely a tough row. There's three. I mean, when you have this goal in the corner, the bottom left corner, you could have column one looks pretty long just from having to do Meg, Fire, and Spirit too.
I mean, just Death Mountain skulls. Like, there are certain goals that just kind of suck a lot. I was thinking like maybe the balance should be looked at for some of these goals.
Yeah,
It's like
for
10 silver rupee rooms, just unless there's like clear synergy, which doesn't happen a lot, it just makes the rows awful usually because you just have to go out of your way for silver rupee rooms. Defeat Meg, maybe less so, but still makes stuff long. And then honestly, I've never seen anyone like willfully pick a row with like Death Mountain skulls or or 4 Lon skulls for that matter and get a good time.
yeah, I think both of those I was looking at, and they do seem like they have to be tweaked in terms of the balance. Even if I was watching Top do it, basically perfectly, and he was still behind what the estimate was for how long it would take.
Do
So
Death Mountain skulls.
yeah, Death Mountain Skulls.
Yeah.
That one I think will pop up a lot. Lon will pop up. I'm sure those Gerudo Valley skulls aren't too bad, but I assume that will pop up too.
No, I gotta like practice that. Although I don't know, I kind of just can YOLO it like Runner Guy does, and that would be fine.
Yeah, and there's been some strats recently of just if you can kill the skull before day, that you're pretty fine. Don't have to rush it. But yeah, anything else you wanted to mention or that was on your mind?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Yeah, one more match before the bracket, and you'll be in the upper half, so an even harder opponent potentially. So there's that to look forward to.
At least I'm doing better than the last tournament.
Yeah. Well, GG's. I will probably raid someone else at this point.
All right,
I
cool.
recorded maybe from the first 20 minutes on. I'll also upload that. But yeah, GG's.
All right, thanks.
See ya later and
See you.
have a good one. Bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
All right, I'm glad I could get a little bit of that streamed, and I will upload the rest of this. But you know, hope the OTV stream was good. Thank you again to Shiro and the commentators for kicking that off. We're in the midst of it, of the round one. A lot of matches tomorrow. If you want to check out the schedule for the upcoming matches, I will link that here before I go. There's many quite early tomorrow. And I will be restreaming tomorrow on OTV in about 1 day exactly. So be on the lookout for that. And a lot of matches Friday, a lot of matches Saturday. Looking forward to it. So thanks, and see you later.
Dude, I went from my other monitor to this one, which was like it's like a 4K one, and now my Discord messages are like humongous.